fröhlichen guten Servus, Kinders, Captain Steeblio ist oder mal am Start mit einer neuen Folge von The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. Und wir sind hier am Chapter 2 Ending Screen. Wir haben nämlich souverän abgeschlossen in der letzten Episode mit dem Ausbruch von Makias aus den Fängen der Provincial Army. Einen recht harten Bosskampf, den wir aber auch gemeistert haben, weil wir cool sind. Und Rufus, Jusis Bruder, hat uns rausgeboxt. Oh ja. Nun denn, das ist alles, was wir dazu sagen können. Machen wir Continue. Dann werden wir jetzt wohl wahrscheinlich wieder Chores erledigen dürfen. Springen 2 Wochen in die Zukunft. Und es regnet. Richtiger Junitag.
6月中旬、若葉の季節を過ぎたトリスタでは、
Oh, das heißt, ihr habt gleich im Unterricht wieder eine Frage beantworten, oder? Oh Gott, das wird nicht gut ausgehen. Das ist nicht gut.
「各地で実習を終えた俺たち7組メンバーは通常の授業に戻っていた。目の回るほど忙しい日々と、ついていくのでやっとの授業に、かねてより告知されていたイベントが俺たち全員を待ち受けていた。
さて、前から予告した通り、明日から中間試験になるわ。
Oh nein.
ま、基本は座学のテストだから、私には何の力にもなれないけど。
Ich hoffe, das muss ich nicht selber machen.
一応試験官として温かく見守るから、せいぜい頑張ってちょうだい。
Sometimes I lie awake at night and wonder how you became our teacher.
私たちの成績が悪かったら教頭に嫌味を言われるんじゃん。
このクラスには結構成績優秀者が多いしね。せいぜい結果を楽しみにさせてもらうわ。そうそう、試験結果の発表は来週の水曜日よ。個人別の総合順位も掲示板に貼り出されるから。
憂鬱だな。超絶めんどくさい。
今度こそはエマ君に勝たなくては。
それともう一つ、クラスごとの平均点なんかも発表されたりするのよね。
クラスごとの平均点？
クラス同士の対抗心に火をつけるのが狙いか。
それはそれでやりがいはありそうだが。
さて、まだ昼過ぎだけど、今日のホームルームは以上よ。残って試験勉強でもするか、寮に帰るかは君たちに任せるわ。委員長、挨拶して。はい。起立。
Oh, ist schön. Alle sind hier in einem friendly circle. Jeez, what should I do? I could stand to burn up on just about everything, honestly, but my biggest worry right now is math. I wouldn't mind doing a few study sessions with you, if you think it will help. I need to review math anyway. I'm not sure how much time I'll be able to spare, though. You mean it? That'd be a huge help. My biggest weak spot is Erebonian history, I guess. I doubt that comes as a huge surprise to anyone. I think I understand all the material we've gone over directly in class. There are some finer points. I can aid you with that, if you like. So in return, I'd appreciate a fresh pair of eyes to help revise my military science essay. It'd be my pleasure. Would you like to study with me, Fee? I guess so. Oh, would you two mind if I jumped in too? I could use a little refresher on my classics. Of course, you're more than welcome. Would you like to join us, Laura? No, Oh, Laura steht ein bisschen abseits. I appreciate your invitation, but I have to pass this time. There's a subject I need to review in private. I'll see you all later. Oh, wir wollen gerade hier ein Gruppenbonding machen und Laura geht einfach weg. Huh, what's up with her? Maybe I'm just reading too much into it, but I could have sworn I saw her looking over at Fee. Hey, Reen. What is it? You're heading back to the dorms? Totally welcome to come study with us if you want. I wasn't planning on heading straight back. Might come and join you guys a bit later. Alright then. Perhaps we'll see you later. Day before the exams is a free day. Talking to certain characters will allow you to study with them. When you run out of bonding points, the time of the day will change to evening and the main story will advance. Ui. Also muss ich meine Bonding Points jetzt clever einsetzen. Ja, sowas. Ah, oh Gott, das sind aber viele. Uiuiui. Also gut. Mal umschauen. 3 Punkte habe ich. Ist egal, was und Use ist. Die hat Mathe. Der ist mal Talk. Ich kann ja nachher Bescheid sagen, ja? Ob ich will oder nicht. Oh, are you two of you studying military science? Looks like you guys are tearing through the things too. Haha, more or less. You caught us just as we reached the section of military symbols. Care to join us? Noch nicht. Too bad. Come back if you change your mind though. We'd be happy to have you join us. I'll let you know. Also, die machen Military History. Erwischt. Und der Rest? Die ist wieder hier wie verrückt am Werk, wenn er hier fährt. Kann ich nicht rein. Principal's office. Hello, Principal Vendick. First years may not be used to them, but midterms are important examinations that determine your academic future. They test not only your general attitude towards your lessons, but the effort you put in before and after said lessons too. In other words, they exist for you to display just what you've learned ever since you enrolled here. Stay attentive and give them your all. Yes, sir. Ist das Ruski Sensei? Der ist ja am Smoken. Probably not these already, but the faculty launch is off limits while exams are going on. You wanna see a teacher, you've gotta knock on the door and ask. You have something you wanna ask me? Yeah. Actually got an Habe science question to ask you. Figures, show me what's got on stumped, I'll get you up to speed. Increase your knowledge of Habe science. Da muss ich die Lehrer alle abklappern. Beantworten Sie mir eine Frage. I know that it's the first examination period for your first years, but try not to let it get to you. Your studies are merely meant to shape your future and provide you with unforeseen possibilities, no pressure. As though, as the exams might seem, just put your all into them and everything should be work out in the end. Sie gehörte wohl nicht dazu. Mit denen will ich glaube nicht reden. Oh hey, ich habe ja einen Regenschirm. Oh, der Angler ist am Angeln. Was geht, mein Freund? Hey, nothing better to do with all this rain than to get some fishing in. I should always bite better in the rain anyway. Midterms, what about him? What's going on? Time to study? Erstmal angeln. Er hat recht.
まずまずだな。それ。なんだこれ。それ。なんだこれ。
So, dann haben wir geangelt. Das ist schon mal schön. Ich muss mal gucken. So. Einfach mal die Gruppen alle nachfragen. Jusis, Gaius, Savania, History. Was lernt ihr zwei hier? Warum ist hier ein Ausrufezeichen? Überall Ausrufezeichen. Einfach nur weil die da sind. Also gut. Was lernt ihr zwei? Oh, are you two studying? Lisa probably met up with Flora because she was worried about her. Yeah, we both figured we had a lot of art to brush upon now. It's probably not our most important subject in the grand scheme of things, but that doesn't mean we should try it. I've never had to deal with a series of exams right in a row like these. Laziness could very well be tantamount to failure. Would you like to join us, Reen? No, erstmal nicht. I see, Wolf. Well, feel free to come back should you have a change of heart. But you know. So, ihr macht also Kunst. Wie sie es gesagt haben, das klingt weniger wichtig. Da klingt History schon eher wichtiger. Mal die letzte Frage, die ich beantworten musste, auch Kunst war. Ging nicht gut aus. History, nicht Kunst, History. So, was macht ihr zwei Deppen hier? Hey there, Rain, what's up? Hold on, let me guess. You were studying away nice and diligently when your orb lamp suddenly went out. Swing and a miss. You two seem pretty relaxed despite how close the midterms are getting. Who do you think you're talking to? I know better than anyone that it's pointless to start studying this late in the game. How's that working out for you? Co's actually pretty good when it comes to the practical stuff. Survivor skills, first aid and all those kinds of things. Really? See, all stuff you don't need to study for. But if you're feeling shaky about any of it, I'm happy to teach you a thing or two. Study with Crow, nein bitte nicht. It's gonna teach you everything. Okay. Er ist für Physical Stuff. Also wahrscheinlich eher nicht. Draußen bellt ein Hund. Hier waren Emma und Vieh. Na, was macht ihr zwei hier? Ihr zwei Hübschen. Are the two of you going over Erebonian history? Oh, I can't memorize things like this, because it's all pointless. Fee, that seems a little harsh. I know, why don't you join us, Reen? I'm sure it would make studying more enjoyable for Fee too. Oh, Erebonian history. Ah, too bad. You're always welcome if you want to come back later though. Thanks, I might just do that. Ebenfalls History. Ah, warte, die Boys hatten Military History, ihr habt Erebonian History. Das sind two kinds of history. Das kann ich bei Tova studien. Ihr zwei. Angelika und Tova. Oh, hi Reen. How goes the studying? Haha, I suppose it's probably fine, but these are going to be my first midterms ever, so I'm more than a little nervous. Ah, first years. How innocent. It doesn't help that military academies have a lot of subjects other schools don't, but you get used to it. That's true, combat studies and military science to name two. Oh, you're going to want to make sure that you're ready for the political economics exam too. Why is that? Well, it's Mustache Man's subject. That's not a very nice thing to call Vice Principal Heinrich, Angie. Does seem like the type to write ridiculously hard exam. Okay, I know, how about I give you a hand studying for it, if you're free at least? Sure. Of course, you're always helping me out, right? Political economics is Tova's strongest subject. You wouldn't want to pass this up. Oh, no problem. You must have a lot more subjects for studying for anyway. Still, if you get any free time you want to fill with political economics, come on back when you hit the books. Appreciate the offer. klingt auch eigentlich vernünftig. Die anderen beiden hatten Mathe. Die zwei waren... Ihr habt Mathe, gell? Mathe kann ich. Oh, so this is where you are. Wow, when you guys study, you two don't mess around. Haha, well, no better motivator than fear, right? Our exams start tomorrow and we've got to know an orbital science. Oh, nein, orbital science. Want to make sure I study as much as I possibly can before then. There's no such thing as too prepared. Besides, this is our last chance to get a full day of studying in. Or reading up for one last marathon study lessons. Also, orbital science habt ihr. Toba hatte Politik. Urban History bei Vieh, Military History bei Juris und Kunst bei den, also Lisa fällt weg. Nee, Crow fällt bei auch weg. Ich frage, wen von den 4? Glaube ich, mach erstmal euch zwei hier. Sure, I joined you guys for a while. All the science isn't quite my forte anyway. In that case, let's get started with the basics. Sounds good to me. So, orbital energy is generated by septium, right? And it differs from other types of energy, in that it replenishes itself over time. It's hard to imagine what life would be like without it. Orbital energies in everything, lighting, railways, telephones, battle augments. That segues nicely into the next topic. Let's talk battle augments. Their first key feature is their portability. Second is their ability to synchronize with the user, allowing them to easily use orbital arts, magic for the everyman. Feature 3 is their flexibility. A battle augment's capabilities can change dramatically based on the quartz within. Some of it wouldn't have been more perfect if you read it out of the textbook. That's all, Makias. Can't believe you could rattle off all that without even stopping to think. But if you already have the basics down, are you just trying to help me instead of focusing on what you really need to study? No, it's not that. Reciting the information I've learned like this helps it stick in my memory. It might look flashy, but this is really productive studying for me too. Everyone needs a method. As I said earlier, it's not possible to be too prepared. And while we still have a lot of ground to cover in our orbital science review, I would appreciate it if you would help me study for a few others when we're done. Of course. I'd be happy to. Really? Well, thanks. We, Matthias and Elliot continue their orbital science studies, feel much more confident about the exam every minute. Bond with Elliot's strength und mit Matthias. Knapp. Fällt mir gerade ein, ich muss ja auch nicht eigentlich die Lehrer suchen, ne? As you see, a room with private study areas available. If you need one, you can find them up for the end of the second floor. Some reference bookshelves too. Dankeschön. Apropos Lehrer finden. Vielleicht kann ich Drunken Sensei ja was fragen. Hello there. Oh, instructor, were you checking out the old schoolhouse? Yep, just a quick peek inside though. You'll be pleased to know there don't seem to have been any major changes since last month. I'm totally fine with that. At least that means we can just focus on studying for midterms then. Really would like to know what's going on with this building though. Well, whether we ever find out or not, all depends on your investigations. So I think you guys are edging closer to whatever the truth may be. And you almost seem ready to start using combat links at a more advanced level too. What advanced level? You mean there's more? No, your AUKUS units still have plenty of little tricks and features hidden away. The greater the awareness of your link partner, the more effective your combat link will be. But don't take my word for it. Try it out during your next investigation. Oh sure, I don't really know what she's trying to get at. Konnte ich nicht fragen. Rooftop, vielleicht bin ich hier ein Lehrer. Lehrkraft. Hier ist keine Lehrkraft. Hier ist, ja, aber du bist ein Schüler. Das geht. You might not have noticed, but I'm an oversized Swiss. My dad's a Rainford employee and he always used to have me study. Gotta say, I'm feeling pretty good about these exams. Can't wait to get a perfect score and surprise Uncle Makarov. Hope you study, or sorry, I can't teach to save my life. The music room's actually a great place to study during the test period. It's so quiet. I invited Alan alone to study with me, but he turned me down. Maybe he really is trying to avoid me. Nein, er ist nur verliebt und schüchtern. Dich kann ich auch nichts fragen. Those sweets are delicious, Nicholas. It's always helpful to eat something sweet while you study, so I thought I should make my own. Don't eat too many though, or you'll end up too energized to concentrate. Got it. Haha, nothing jobs having a classmate you can count on. Nope. Unsere habe ich geredet, ne? Den kann ich nichts fragen. Den konnte ich was fragen. Just call you home, Mademoiselle. Wie kennst du da, oder? Wieso rede ich mit denen? Wieso tue ich irgendwas hier? Naja, scheiß drauf. Also, Student Union. Wir gehen zu Tova. Oh, hi, Reen. How goes the studying? Seems like it's the same. Yep. Well, if you're offering, I really appreciate it. I sure am. Let's get started then. Those Reen and Tova studying session began. Most of the stuff I was unsure about makes a lot more sense now. Hehe, that's good to hear. We should probably go over some current affairs too. For an exam? Yeah, the vice principal has a habit of putting questions based on recent news into his exam. This year, maybe we should go over some recently enacted laws. Yeah, that sounds like the kind of thing he'd put in there. Just so most people could be caught off guard, get it wrong, and get lectured at for being indifferent to society. I'd rather avoid that. Recent laws. The Financial Transactions Act from last year is one of the best I know, I suppose. It requires you to inform prospective buyers of the risk when selling them stocks or securities. A number of people have suffered massive losses buying shares lately, so it was passed to keep people informed. That's the history behind the Financial Transactions Act. Then there's Imperial Transportation Act, which determines the route of the road for drivers. That was last year too. There are more and more people buying cars lately, nobles and commoners, but car accidents were getting out of hand. And that was especially true in Heimdall, which is why that law was enacted there first. I'll have to try and remember that. Then there's the Provisional Taxation Act, which impacted just about every province you could think of. Another word, a fancy name for the much reviled tax increases. They're being enacted in the provinces, almost doubling land and business taxes. You've probably at least heard about them. I have, yeah. It seemed like a pretty major topic back in Celtic. If he's going to set a question about a recent law, it's probably going to be about one of these three. Hopefully there'll be some help at least. Even if none of them come up, you've really helped me out. I'm feeling a lot more confident now. Thank you both for all of your help. I didn't do anything at all, I'm just hanging out. If there's anything else you want to know, let me know. I'd be happy to help. Thanks, I will. Gut. Ein Bond mit Tova. Wir können auch ein Bond mit Tova haben anscheinend. So, ist die Frage. Erebonian History oder Military History? Die Jungs oder die Mädels? Vielleicht hätte ich beide Histories nehmen sollen. Was? Ich gehe mal zu den Guys. Der Konsum ist, der wird once to evening and the main... Warte, was hattet ihr da mal? Sagst du? Currently studying military symbols. Military symbol. Nee, warte, wenn das Symbole, wenn das Military Symbols heißt und die History ist, dann gehe ich lieber zur History. Erebonian history. I can't memorize things. Yeah. Let's do this shit. That sounds like a good idea to me. The exam is going to be focused on the War of the Lions, right? That's right. Shall we start from the beginning then? After that, the Reichels gathered soldiers in the North Highlands, and in the year 952 of the Septine calendar, he liberated the capital, bringing the war to an end. Excellent, well done, Fee. I guess it stuck. Incidentally, the war came to an end in July of that year, which is next month, so that's easy to remember. They say it was raining in Heimdall that day, but legend has it the moment Emperor Dreichels stepped into the city, the rain stopped. Huh, that's neat. Yeah, that seems like a story that'll stick in my memory. Ah, you're a pretty good teacher, aren't ya? Well, I'm always using tricks like these to help me remember things. If you're having fun while you study, it makes it that much easier for the material to stick in your memory. Interesting, so that's your method. Well, if you can do it, we can do it too. Shall we finish the stuff off then? Please. Woody. Reen stayed with Amma and Fee for a while longer, making sure they knew their own history back to front. Oh, it's already time to head home. I didn't even realize because of the rain. I guess I should get ready to head back into the dorms. Ich hoffe, ich muss keine Fragen beantworten. Oh, damn. Was kommt jetzt? Eine Maid?
雨の中お呼び止めして申し訳ありません。こちらの学院の学院長室はその建物でよろしいでしょうか。
Oh yeah, you're in the right place. His office is in the east wing, first floor. The receptionist might have gone home already, but I can't show you the way if you'd like.
ありがとうございます。ですが、そこまでお手を煩わせるわけにはまい。それでは失礼します。
Ha? Woher kennt die meinen Namen? Warum nennt sie mich Master? Wait a minute. How does she know who I am? Oh, Alisa. Servus, girlfriend. Hey there, Alisa. Heading back to the dorms.
エマたちはまだ残って勉強していくみたいだけど、私の方は寮に戻って明日に備えることにするわ。
Right, right. Well, you're going my way, so what do you say we head back together?
そうね。
Ist ja fast wie ein Date. Ich will noch, dass sie sich den Regenschirm teilen. Hey, it's not often the two of us get to walk back to the dorms together, is it? Haha, well, at least I got something good out of this downpour. Is there even a filter between your brain and your mouth? No need for that between friends. But you're in a good company. My sisters asked me that before too. She must be a saint to have put up with you all these years. Huh? Anyway, how do you think you did on the exams? Not sure, I gave it the best I've got. Still I've got that nagging feeling I could have hit the books a little harder. Hehe. I wish I was as smart as you. Back when we took the entrance exam, only Emma and Makia scored higher than you, right? Users came in a little higher than me too. Like Homer usually came in near the top in exams. I guess that goes to show that Barbonia has no shortage of smart people. No doubt about that, bookworms pour in here from all the corners of the empire. You said you're from Roya, right? Coming out on top in a city that size is still pretty impressive. I suppose, though, that was just at the Sunday school level. Aren't you curious about, my family and stuff? You mean the mysterious Alisa, our agent of national intrigue? Well, yeah, of course I am, but you probably have a good reason for keeping it on the wraps, so I don't want to pry. It's not that major or anything, especially compared to what you and Fee have told us about yourselves. I've never really thought my family circumstances were a big deal, so Fee's past sure came as a surprise. I wonder now, when I look at her, what her life in a Jäger Corps must have been like. It seems like Instructor Sarah knows more about her past than we do. Back at the entrance ceremony, I got the impression they'd meet before. Same. Oh, speaking of weird meetings, I ran into some kinda strange earlier. Oh. Yeah, I was talking to her just before you called to me. Green told Elisa about the woman in the maid uniform. A maid who knew your name? This isn't the part where it turns out she knows you because you've tried to hit on her in town before, is it? As if an upstanding guy like me could pull off a Casanova act. She seemed a couple years older than us, maybe 20 or so. A maid in her early 20s? Something wrong? No, just thinking. There's no way I could really have been here. Mother keeps her far too busy to find the time to come here. Anyway, maybe the upper class dorm has a new hire starting out or something. That wouldn't explain how she knew your name. Maybe you're just more popular than you let on. Haha, if only. Immer diese mysterious characters, die reingeworfen werden. Midterms, oh Gott. Geht ja direkt los. Next day, the first of 4 grueling days of midterms exams began. Oh Scheiße. In Babylonian history, the Middle Ages War of the Lions was brought to an end by Emperor Dreichitz. Das haben wir gelernt. Das ist Juli 952. Das weiß ich. This should be the right answer. Ich habe es eher an Juli erkannt, leider Gottes. Nein, aber wir waren ja am Lernen. So, Art. Fuck Art. Mr. A wants to draw a rough colored watercolor image. Which of the following styles would be most appropriate? A rough colored watercolor image. Sketch, Dessing, Croquis, Tracing. Was? Ich kenne nur Sketch. Scheiße. Fucking Kunst. Ich habe keine Ahnung, was das ist. Sketch ist Skizze, das weiß ich. Aber Skizzen färbt man doch nicht. Nehmen wir Croquis. Nein, das war falsch. Not too sure about this one. Und ja, ich habe einen richtigen Punkt und das genügt mir. Military Science Question. Figure 1 depicts a military formation. What type of unit is currently advancing? Is Infanterie, Command, Engineer, Armored? Military formation. Direction of advance. Also, mal analysieren. A-Moll ist vielleicht hier die Seite. Überlegen. Also Engineer ist wahrscheinlich das da bei dem anderen, was ein Tank oder ein Commander sein könnte. Ich sage Infanterie. Fuck, auch falsch. Ah, dafür die Military Science, ne? Dafür die Military Science. Also hätte ich nicht Politik nehmen sollen. Open Science question. The following statements about openments all purport to be true. Which one is not? Abilities change based on quads. They synchronize with the users. Allow arts usage without quads. Orbital energy recovers over time. Das war richtig. This should be the right answer. Nice, 2 von 4. Also war Politik für den Arsch. Oh nein, da gibt's ja noch mehr. Oh damn. Ich dachte nur 4. Political economics question. Of the following laws enacted last year, which came into force first in Heimdall? Financial Provisional Act, Republic. First in Heimdall. Das hier? This should be the right answer. Nice. Also 4 Tage auf Midterms. Comment studied question. Emergency CPR is divided into roughly 4 stages. Check if the person is breathing, check if the person is conscious, perform chest compression and rescue breaths, call for help on a loud voice. These stages into the correct order. Ja gut, ich glaube mit dem Erste-Hilfe-Kurs, den ich damals für den Führerschein machen muss, komme ich hier nicht wirklich weit, weil da weiß ich auch nichts mehr von. Call for help in a loud voice, check if person is breathing, conscious. Okay, also. A ist vor B. C muss ganz am Ende eigentlich sein. This should be right answer. Nice. Also habe ich 4 von 6. Congratulations on making it through 4 days of exams. What do you know? It looks like the rain ended right along with term. Clearly this is a goddess way of rewarding you all for your hard work. Don't think that reasoning would stand up to scrutiny. Phew, I'm totally spent. It's over. You've worked really hard, see. Phew. Anyway, today's a free day, so take the chance to unwind and blow off all that pent-up exam stress. Post the results next week, Wednesday, so take it easy until then, but don't relax too much, because you've got your next practical exam next Wednesday afternoon too. For all the intensive studying, I'd completely forgotten about that. You could stand to be a little more considerate with the timing of your announcement. So next Wednesday is when we'll know where we are going for next field study. Yep, you'll be shipping out that weekend for another exotic trip. Anyway, make the most of tomorrow, everyone. You've earned at least 1 day off. I guess I should probably attend club practice once in a while. Oh, and one more thing. I've got some business to take care of. Out of town after we're all done here. I won't be back until tomorrow night, so don't, burn the dorm down while I'm gone or anything. You don't need. Party! Also ich denke mal 4 von 6. Ich hätte mich schlimmer anstellen können. Da bin ich mir sicher. Da fehlen aber ein paar Guys aus unserer Troop. Wo ist Gaius? Wo ist Laura? Phew, now that the exams are over, I feel free as a bird. Fee ist auch nicht da. And I keep on soaring at least until the results come back. I sympathize, but personally I've got a good feeling about these. How about you, Emma? How do you think you did? Well, I don't think I did too badly, all things considered. Just stop before you embarrass yourself. Oh, das war useless. I'll just have to wait and see what next week's results look like. Anyway, what do you think that was all about with Instructor Sarah? Oh, you mean that whole thing about going out of town to meet someone? Going out of town, won't be back until tomorrow night. It's almost as if she's going to meet her secret lover? Impossible. The Empire hasn't yet turned out a man desperate enough to woo that alcoholic typhoon. You have a point, I can't deny it. She's got the looks to snare a man, but with that personality and that lifestyle. Haha, you guys are terrible. Totally agreed though. Hallo, ich würde die sofort nehmen. Ouch, not surprised to hear that from you though, Reen. She always seems to dump the most work on you. Will you be helping the student council again tomorrow? That's the plan. Heck, I'm almost looking forward to being a student council's errand boy after holding up studying for so long. Perhaps so. Oh, please let us know if you plan on exploring the old schoolhouse. Yeah, I'd be glad to lend a hand this time. Thanks, better watch out though, I might take you up on that offer. Oh, looks like we're all up for a little exploration this time. Hey, habe ich alle? Das freut mich. Come to think of it, where did Gaius run off to? He mentioned the principal wanted to have a word with him. You think he went there? Oh yeah. I wanna know what that was about. I hope he hasn't gotten in trouble. I mean, I doubt he would. I have no idea if he and Laura left early too. I was kind of hoping we could all walk back to the door together for once. That sounds nice. Hey, so this might just be my imagination, but do those two seem kind of awkward around each other to anyone else? Really? So, you think so too? Seems like it started around the beginning of the month. I wonder if something happened then. It's like they've been avoiding each other ever since. You say that, but I did not take either as a type to dwell on petty issues or misunderstandings. Neither did I. I'm trying to suss out what problems between them is, but so far no luck. I wonder if that's what that was all about. Did you see something, Mikias? What happened? Well, do you remember the day we gave our group reports on what happened during last month's field study? We gave a true full account, including the part where Fee used an explosive to blast upon the door to my cell. Yeah? That's when we found out that Fee used to be in the Jäger Corps. That really threw me for a loop, but what does that have to do with Laura? Well, when that came up, I couldn't help but notice Laura had a rather unpleasant expression. It flashed across her face for only a moment though, so I wondered if I had just imagined it. Interesting. But even if we assume that's true, what reason would she have to be upset? Hardly hazard a guess. We all have certain things we'd rather keep to ourselves. We have a member of this very class who remains tight-lipped about her own family after all. Erwischt. Do you really have to drag me into this? My apologies, I meant no offense. I do have my suspicion as to your lineage, however. Really? You? Now, getting angry won't accomplish anything. Don't worry, we're not going to twist your arm into dwelling this, us. When you're ready to talk about it, we'll be ready to listen. It's not like I'm trying to make a big deal out of it or anything. It's just if everyone knew, it'd make things awkward between us, and I don't want that. Da haben wir die Maid. Selbstverständlich ist es Alisas Mate.
シャロン。はい、お久しぶりでございます。
Oh hey, it's that maid I ran into the other day. You know her.
どうしてあなたがここに？まさか。はい、会長に申し付けられまして、今日から第三学生寮の管理人を務めさせていただきます。
Nice. Muss ich nicht mehr putzen. Sharon Krüger. Oder Kreuger.
はじめまして。シャロン・クルーガーと申します。アリサお嬢様のご実家、ラインフォルト家の使用人として使いさせていただいております。皆様のお世話をさせていただきますので、よろしくご指導。
Beyond the Ray Race, Chapter 3 starts officially now. Free day! Nice. Mal wieder chores to do and points to spend. Und noch mehr Old Schoolhouse. Oh, gibt Frühstück erstmal. Nice.
これは見事だな。
一体何種類の料理があるんだ？
どれも美味しそう。
インペリアルブレックファースト。
はい、伝統的な帝国風の朝食のスタイルですね。
Sharon sieht ein bisschen aus wie Rem.
厨房に慣れていないため、間に合わせになってしまって申し訳ありませんが。
So mit der Frise und dem Kopfband?
いや、謙遜することはない。私の実家で出されるよりはるかに彩りも豪華なくらいだ。
うん。公爵家の料理人にも引けを取らないかもしれないな。
ありがとうございます。
Die Schleife vor allem, die sieht richtig aus wie Rems
コーヒー、
Schleife.
紅茶ともに揃えていますので、遠慮なくおっしゃってくださいね。
Kaffee. Nice. Alisa geht zu einer Remote. I have the feeling Alisa is less than impressed with the meal. Sounds like they had a big argument yesterday.
冗談じゃないわ。せっかく実家を離れたのに母様の思い通りになってたまるもんですか。まあアリサ様、会長も別にお目付け役として私を派遣されたのではないと思いますわ。ひとえに愛するお嬢様に日々のご不便がないように。それが余計なお世話だって言ってるの。もういい。こうなったら母様に直接交渉する。ラインフォルトの本社ビル？それともどこか視察に行ってるの？はい、本日はデートで鉄道省総裁とご会食だったかと。そのまま各地を回られるそうなので、本社にお戻りになるのは5日後ですね。ああ、もう相変わらず仕事の鬼っていうか。とにかく認めない。絶対に認めないんだから。
I can't believe that R actually stood for Elisa Rainford, and from the sound of it, her mother's the company chairman too. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that Elisa's mom's basically in charge of the continent's biggest industrial company. Her family's probably got more money than most of the aristocracy. I can't see why she'd want to keep her family under wraps. What with all the nobles here?
とにかく私はあくまで反対だから。母様も忙しいんでしょうし、シャロンがついていた方が。さすがアリサお嬢様、離れていてもお母様のことを気にかけていらっしゃる。それでこそ私が心よりお仕えする大切な方々ですわ。別に気にかけてなんか。あ、 お嬢様、大好物のアプリコットジャムをたくさん作ってきましたわ。せっかくですからシャロンがトーストにお乗りしましょうか。
Das ist schon wie süß.
本当？だから子供扱いしないでってば。
Ah, das ist super.
ジャムはいただくけど。
It's almost heartwarming to watch. Looks like Sharon's got her number. After beginning the day with Sharon's peerless breakfast, the members of Class VII left to go about their daily routine. Meanwhile, Reen went to check the tasks the student council had to give him for the day. So, was haben wir? 3 Sachen. Secret admirer. I'm in need of aid. Some fair maiden has sent me several messages proclaiming her love for me, and who could blame her? I simply must know who she is. So would some kind soul help find her and bring her to me. More details behind the storage building. Vincent Floralt. Born to be Orbital. We're testing the Orbital's bike capabilities on a highway near Trista. If you're curious, come talk to us in the engineering building. George and Angelica. Und natürlich, this month I would like the members of Class VII to commit themselves to the noble academic pursuits. So I know, studious as you all are, can expect that anyway. So on top of that, I'd like you to continue your exploration of the old schoolhouse and report your findings to me. Principal Vendick. Hey, a request from George and Angelica. It's about the Orbital bike too. Wonder what they need my help with. Looks like I have to swing by the engineering club before I head to the old schoolhouse. Well, this is the first sun I've seen in days, so I might as well make the most of it. Alright, let's do this. Oder auch nicht. Die Folge ist schon wieder ein bisschen lang geworden. Vielen Dank, liebe Cutscenes, die sehr lange sind. Da hätte ruhig noch eine kleine Sektion hier vor den Midterms sein können. Im Dorm, damit ich hätte die fertigen Karten machen können. Aber naja, so kommt das nun mal. Auf jeden Fall, Kinders, bedanke ich mich fürs Zusehen. Macht's gut, bleibt euch schade. Ich werde genießen, Leben genießen, reinhauen. Und wir haben 3 Punkte, das ist schön. Free Day, Denise. Yeah.